President Trump wants to reinvigorate the nation's manufacturing base by renegotiating some trade deals. Today, one of his policy advisors issued a stark warning on trade deficits. Steve Liesman is in Washington.
Imagine a future where foreigners own significant parts of the nation's food supply, where they can swoop in and buy cutting-edge technologies in Silicon Valley. That's the danger from large U.S. trade deficits, as foretold by Peter Navarro, President Trump's top trade economist.
If the current distorted market patterns continue, and to paraphrase Keynes, in the long run, we are all likely to be owned by foreigners.
Navarro was speaking to the National Association for Business Economics, a group whose members are highly skeptical of Trump's trade policies.
So economists are not expressing a lot of concerns about immigration policies or trade policies, as we're hearing from the administration.
When the U.S. buys more goods and services from foreigners than they buy from us, foreigners accumulate dollars. They can then use those dollars to buy hard assets in the U.S. Now, foreigners currently own about 20% of U.S. assets, though most of it's in the form of treasuries and stocks, not controlling interests in companies.
The kind of assets that these foreigners have been buying have been things like U.S. Treasury bills, which have in effect lowered our cost of funding.
Navarro said the Trump administration's plans are not to fix these problems primarily with tariffs, though he wouldn't rule them out. He said the president seeks fair, free, and reciprocal trade agreements that will mean negotiating tougher deals with countries that have large surpluses with the U.S. He says this could help bring back manufacturing jobs.
One of the major goals of the Trump administration is to reclaim all of the supply chain and manufacturing capabilities that would otherwise exist if the playing field were level.
Many economists are skeptical, believing that automation is more responsible for job losses than trade, and they argue that trade has helped boost U.S. growth and productivity and lifted many around the world out of poverty. That's a stark difference from the darker view of trade from the Trump administration. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Steve Liesman in Washington.